Oh, right as I'm going, huh? Yeah, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of Pistons Lead. It's been a while since I did something solo, so bear with me. We're covering the Detroit Pistons today. You can follow me at OpinionatedMJ on Twitter, but today we are talking all things Pistons. We just had K return. You know what I mean? And he looked just like K to me. You know, he doesn't look winded. He looks like he actually can help the team get off a little bit better. Um, I mean, I always say that he's got a cadence. You know, I say that with my partner Conrado, but he looks like he's still in control of the team. The team's been playing a certain type of way and whatnot without him, and now we have more control. We have somebody else that has the ability to create more offense for us, more defined about it, I should say, and is another threat on the floor. Like, you know, we're getting Asar easier looks, we're getting Durant easier looks. He looks like he's not having to fight and tussle with people all game, and he could just get a smooth, cool 20 and whatnot. And then K's doing his thing too. Is like he's reinserted himself back into this lineup, and he's not forcing anything. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like the K that dropped, what was it, 8 points and was it 14, 13 rebounds that one game. But yeah, like right now, the Pistons look like a problem because we've been having players really just putting up 10 plus points or coming real close to that. And we look formidable, man. Like, this team to me, I would say kind of resembles a little bit of the going to work Pistons, where we have players that could come off the bench and that could actually produce for us and do certain things, you know. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing them do a little bit more, you know what I mean? And just especially with everybody back, you know, with K back, with Isaiah Stewart back. Um, and yeah, it's gonna be a real good postseason this year, I believe. Like, I'm not anticipating that we're gonna have the problems that we've had last season, unless Isaiah Stewart gets hurt. God, knock on wood. Basketball guys, please don't let that happen. But I'm seeing us actually making an impact. You know what I mean? But mentioning the playoffs, I mean, yeah, shout out to Cade. Cade is back. Everybody that's out there been paying attention to him. Yes, he's healthy. He won't be able to actually qualify for the 65 games. I think he'll be a game short. Most of the teams in the league are at 79, 80 games played. So we are here at the final stretch. So, you know, let's just see what happens with Cade coming back, and let's just move on from there and just talk. Let's go straight to the gut of what I really want to talk about. Detroit's defense, because at least from the three, for me, our defense, yes, we are arguably the best team in the league on defense. Statistically, I think we're number two behind OKC. And then a lot of people would say Wemby is the greatest of all time. What do you say? Joe Dumars. Yeah, we need, I mean, well, we got a Asar, and we got Hustle Boy Holland, like, out here doing the damn thing. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Good evening. But yeah, like I just feel like defensively, our only weakness is actually from the 3 point line, to be honest. Like, I think that we don't guard teams the best from the 3 point line. And then in reverse, we haven't shot that well from the 3 point line. And we actually need to position ourselves to do better, you know, when it comes to those two things in particular. Like, we need to shoot better from three. And we do got Duncan, like, he popped off yesterday. Um, we got Kevin Herter just out here looking nice. Everybody red velvet, you know what I mean? Yeah, Pistons, let's get it. What else? What else y'all in there saying? Joey D. Hey, what, on the Dumars cards on the on Top Shot? Let us know. Let us know. But yeah, like I'm just feeling like the Pistons right now. Yes, we had the best defense. We're great in the paint, but that 3 point line, bro, like it's a lot of leaking off. It's a lot of players just kind of like outside of Asar, and I love Holland because Holland he doesn't switch everything. And I actually love that about him. Like, I love that he tries to stay with his man. He tries to jump in front of the screens and whatnot. Like, he made some real big steps yesterday on defense, like just trying to stay in front of his man and whatnot. And I'm impressed with the effort that he actually puts forward. Look at y'all going down memory lane, bro. What's good, man? Then it's Robin, Joe D, Vinny Johnson. Oh yeah, the greatest. Microwave Vinny. Yes, sir. Hey, speaking of microwave, to me, Marcus Hasser has the ability to be like our Vinny Johnson, to come off the bench and drop a quick 12 or 15 just in a playoff series. He'll be an X factor for sure. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. Y'all can hold that to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you said like whatever. We could run that up. Oh yeah, Billy Lambeau, he that guy. That's that guy. Like he's he's still the one holding grudges with people right now. And no Top Shot, but yeah, as soon as TS makes a debut, who is TS? Top Shot? They already out here, bro. Like they've been around for a grip, actually. And oh yeah, never forget Adrian Dantley, bro. Adrian Dantley, Sally, all of them boys. Like y'all bringing back the big vets, bro. Y'all are already derailing the dang on podcast. Ben Wallace all day, bro. All day. What's up, Kenny? Yeah, but getting back to it though, like man, I want us to when we got Duncan Robinson really on the floor doing certain things. I mean, he okay, when Steph Curry got hurt, he got his upper body strength up. And then he seemed like he came back moving his feet better. We need Duncan Robinson to learn how to move his feet better on defense in order to, at the very minimum, stay in front of his man. That's my whole thing. That's just what I think. You know what I mean? Because if I compare him and Kevin Huerter plays a little bit better defense. I don't know if that he's longer. Maybe he got a longer wingspan, whatnot. But like I think Kevin Huerter just looks better on defense. You know what I mean? And he seems a little bit more scrappier, whereas Duncan, he does get a couple steals here and there. You know, he kind of irritates some players, but not everybody, you know. But if I'm worried about something, that's what I'm worried about is our defense from the triple, because New York can start going crazy from three. Boston can start going crazy from three. They're talking about they worried about Boston. It's like, well, you know, Boston, the last times we played them, they just shooting threes. Derek White getting off. Boom, three. Jaylen Brown getting threes. And then now they got Tatum back, and he's like, you know, the really good decoy. And it's like they could go crazy. They could still go crazy from three. So it's if I'm worried about two teams out east, it's not really that I'm actually worried about a team. It's just the Spurs that they could go on. And Boston is one. And I'm not really worried about New York because they haven't been consistent enough. But that probably would be the only team is Boston, because if they start blazing them threes and making them, and then we not guarding them right, like, man, that could go ugly real fast. Hold on, let's tap back in with the comments. What it say? No Top Shot for Joey. Giving away Asar Iju. Hey, y'all, Pistons fans, holla at him real quick, because that card gonna be worth something. What we doing this year is gonna be it's gonna be all defensive first team. Trust, I think so. I think he's going all defensive first, and then if Wemby has any down season on defense, or everybody figures out another way to play him, they get better shooters or just improve shooting, and stay away from him in the places that he likes to play defense. Or like, for instance, if we had Durant shooting his mid-range that he was doing in Memphis, and he can't guard everybody else on the floor, and they can make threes at a higher clip, like, man, it becomes irrelevant. Like, that's where on ball defense is going to factor in more than just, you know, I could be somewhere in one step and I can bother your shot and make you change up what you're doing on the floor, you and your team. But what it say? You reckon Rodman? Yeah. Rodman was that guy, bro. Tayshaun, yeah, man, Tayshaun got the best play. Tayshaun got the best play for us ever, to me, in Pistons history, bro, because it's like the dude ran all the way down the court to go get Reggie Miller, blocked that shot, and that basically sealed us getting the championship, bro. Because if he didn't block that shot, we would have lost. We wouldn't have went to the finals. I don't think we would have went to the finals. Indiana was going back and forth with us all year. He had Jermaine O'Neal. I want to say was Steven Jackson around or touch on that team, or was that the Malice year? I forget, but they were real good defensively. Like we had a lot of games where we were holding teams under 80, under 90, and Indiana was kind of doing the same thing. We was having games where we had block parties, like we getting blocks, they getting blocks, and you know, it was just a defensive battle back and forth, bro. So yeah, I think, but Tayshaun Block iced it. It was like, yeah, this it's our time right now. And I guess he kind of made it worth it for us to, you know, not have drafted Carmelo Anthony. And I don't even want to go into it, bro, because I'm gonna forever cry about that on the inside. Like, I'm not ever gonna let that go. But yeah, let me tap in a little bit more. Hold on before we keep going. How good was Rasheed post-up game though? Man, Rasheed was amazing, bro, until he decided to get lazy a little bit. Like, he started to chill. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you ain't have to chill. Like, you could have kept on doing what you was doing, but I know back then, like, especially like the nutrition and whatnot that the players had, it wasn't necessarily the same. the recovery and everything. I think that if they had what they have now, he probably would have lasted a little bit longer. He wouldn't have fell off the way that he did, especially when he left. Like he went to what, New York? I think he went to Boston for a second. But yeah, she was nice, bro. When he came here, it was like we were instantly a championship contender. Like day one, you know what I mean? Like he suited up for Atlanta, like what, one day, and then came right to Detroit. So yeah, it was good for us. I love that deal. And then Atlanta didn't even want to get nothing heavy up out of us. Like it was like, here, hey, you can have Rasheed Wallace. We don't want him. And then boom, we in a championship. So yeah, I like that. But let me move on to the next topic here. I do want to talk about, we had Cade out, we had Isaiah Stewart out, we had actually Tobias out as well. Let me get that. That's all in my face. But we had them out, and I think I've been paying attention to certain teams that have had like really great players on them, and I think back to like the KD Steph Warriors to like really just them, to be honest. If I'm keeping it a buck, I think about them, and because they were trying to figure out what the rest of their bench was going to do, because they were sort of kind of top heavy ish, you know what I mean? But as far as if we talk about like the Karis LeVerts of the world, because I know everybody don't really like Karis LeVert. Ever since K went down and then Marcus was out a little bit, it's like Karis kind of woke up. He like turned a corner or something. And I know I watch Pistons Daily too on YouTube a lot, or I just listen to it on Spotify. Listen to him, and he calls him Careless LeVert, and it's just funny every time he said it. It's like people be going at him, but I mean, he had a point. Like Karis would get like stupid turnovers. He would take stupid shots. They would just be ill-advised and everything. And I like Karis because he went to Michigan here and whatnot, and I loved him in Brooklyn, man, with D'Angelo Russell. Like they were cooking for real. And I was happy that he got traded and whatnot because, they discovered his health issues. I think he was dealing with like cancer or something like that. It was something that they found. But, I'm happy about all that. But it's like when you come suit up with this blue jersey on, bro, we need you to show up because we've been building something here and we need you to be a part of it, or you need to get up out of here. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have been criticizing that, especially when we were saying that we need another shooter. And, Karis he ain't got to put up really more than 5-6 shots a game. Like he's been way more efficient. I want to say over the last 5 games. I want to say 5 to about 7 games because K was out 11. And he's been helping us like win. He's been making better plays. He's been connecting on a lot of those passes. He's been playing decent enough defense. I would say better than Duncan Robinson sometimes, only because of his length. But I'm not gonna give him too much praise, but I'm gonna say, he's doing a better job. Like it just looks better for what we're trying to do. It looks better. He's been making some threes too as well, because he was throwing up. He was just jacking up trash at one point. And it was just like, what are you doing, bro? And everybody was like, get him up off the floor, doing the Marcus Camby meme on him. Like, get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here. But I just think that he's come along a little bit better. Paul Reed been crazy, bro. Like ever since Isaiah Stewart went out, it's like he came right in and just gave us the points, the rebounds. He make that little trippy jump shot that, you know what I mean? It's funny, but hey, it go in. And then he put a lot of energy and effort on the defensive end. I love that. And he kind of like almost like a Isaiah Stewart Jr. as far as he brings some of that intensity and whatnot on the floor with that unit. So I love what I've been seeing from him. I love Ron Holland actually taking these threes, bro. Like so much that even Asar took a 3 yesterday, confidently. And Holland he's starting to take them threes now. And if he adds that to his game, or at least makes timely buckets in his playoffs, like, bro, on top of what he does on defense and how hard he plays on defense, hustling, getting in front of people, getting after the ball, loose balls and whatnot, 50-50 balls, like, man, we're going to look like a different team. We're still going to be growing. Like, usually most teams that take those next steps, they don't know where they actually are until they get there and then like realize it. Like, oh, so we are on this level now. Oh, I can do this on the floor now. And I think he's going to hit that point at, if not now, surely after this season going into next season. Like he's gonna go up another notch. So hopefully he keeps on working on his game. I love Sasser, bro. I don't know how y'all feel, but I mean, let me see y'all comments, which if y'all done said something else. No, you just say Indy and Detroit. Yeah, Indy Detroit was good, but yeah, like Sasser, to me, I wouldn't let him go. Like, because I don't know what we have outside of him. Like, if let's say we have Cade down again, or worse, we have Cade and Jenkins down, and I didn't even mention Jenkins yet, but we're gonna need a guard, bro, and I'm not gonna trust Karis LeVert to start and play 30 minutes. I'm scared of that. But Marcus Astor out there with him, like, and then if we got Tobias, then we'll have somebody that can actually be reliable on the floor as far as getting everybody set up without it having to be in at least in their hands. I wouldn't trust them to just orchestrate and be the architect for the offense. I can't see them doing that. Dennis came in and did that. Like, K went down. We were down on Dennis. I admit I was kind of like a little frustrated too for a second. Like, bro, you got the money, and then you just was like, I'm good. But no, he started showing up some more. I mean, a lot of 20-point games. Dropped a 30 ball, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken. Assist numbers been up. He been really helping carry this team and still letting Duran get off. So, man, I'm not mad at it, bro. Like, when you got somebody that's undrafted like that, and then they come along and they do their thing to that type of level, bro, like, man, I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I'm actually impressed, because it's not a lot of players that get those types of opportunities. Like, I mean, like, who came out of it's a lot of G leaguers, bro. Like, I think Steven Jackson was a G leaguer. Jordan Poole was a G leaguer. Like, it's a lot of G leaguers that actually can come over, or that are undrafted players that can come into the NBA, and they are actually NBA product, bro. And we don't give that enough credit, where the NBA is teams in the NBA that actually seek out these players and keep them around, whatnot, because they see something in them, bro. And it's a lot of people that would just dismiss a lot of these players, but we got to give them some respect, bro. And I give Dennis Jenkins, like, man, definitely a hand clap. I've been high on him anyway for a whole year. Like, I've been putting out even podcasts. You can go check them boys out. But it's just impressive, bro. Like, I feel comfortable with him having to have big minutes with K being back right now. If he's got to balance out the minutes, because I know K played 23 minutes yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, 23, 24. Dennis played 20. So, hey, like, if he can help Cade ease himself back into just being full, I'm not sure where his lung is at in his progression, but I love what I'm seeing from Dennis, bro. I really do. Really do. But moving on, here we go with the meat of the conversation. Like, who can we see? Who will we see in the playoffs, at least in this first round? And just looking at the standings, man, it's looking like anywhere from Atlanta all the way down. Basically, like, it's a lot of those teams tied as far as the standings are concerned. We got Atlanta, Toronto, they're tied 5-6. Orlando 44-36, Sixers 43-36, but they just suffered an injury to Embiid too, so, or surgery, I should say. So I don't know about the Sixers. There's a lot of people want to play the Hornets. Y'all let me know who y'all want to play. That's interesting. But and then we got the Heat. You know what I mean? And I'm still frustrated about how K got hurt, because y'all played Bam like some softies, and then y'all come play Cade and y'all being real rough and all that. But a lot of people are also, if I go back to the beginning of it, they're high on the Hawks, and I know it's because of Jalen Johnson, but I think we got enough defense to stop all of them bottom teams, man. Like, I don't think it's nobody like that's where we have been going this season. The way we've trended upward, I don't see anybody really like giving us too many problems. Maybe the Hornets will be fun to play against, maybe the Magic, because they do have Bane. But I think just them having coaching, issues going back and forth with like Paolo and Mosley, and just they might not be on the same page. I don't know if they're ready, and they haven't been tested in the playoffs, have they? Have they even made the playoffs with this unit? Because they all been hurt every damn year. But I don't see anybody in the first round messing with us. And I know personally we probably all want the Knicks, just so we could go on and get them up out of here, because Knicks fans seem like they watch us and talk about us more than they own team. But we'll get to them. Hopefully we could get to them. But I think Boston, if they're number 2, it would be Pistons, Celtics, Knicks. So the Celtics and Knicks would be in the same bracket, and I think the Celtics would see the Knicks. So we might not get a chance to even see the Knicks, and we're gonna have to hear this trash for a whole nother year, because they're gonna come back next year like they always do, especially if they have a decent roster, especially if they get Giannis as they rumored. But the Knicks, no, y'all done. Y'all don't want to see us, because we're gonna punch y'all in the mouth. But the only team I will be worried about then is still Boston. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even take the Raptors serious because they haven't been battle tested yet. I know Ingram did like flirt with that play-in run that the Pelicans had, and they showed up a little bit, but that team as a unit haven't done nothing together like that, like playoff wise. So I'm not actually expecting them to make any type of impact and whatnot. Until maybe next season they keep that unit together or they improve from there. But Pistons fine in the first round. That's just my prediction off top. If I have to make a prediction off top, like Pistons good in the first round. Really, we're probably good to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's when we would hypothetically see the Celtics. And I'm personally not. I'm only worried about the Celtics going on a 3 flurry streak. Like they just start shooting them threes, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the show. That's really all I'm worried about. And if we don't find a way to guard it, which is why we will be in a 7-game series to be able to grow, scout, attack them in different ways and whatnot, do that type of thing. But if we don't do that, then we will have a problem. If we do, then we'll be fine. And I think that we'll actually be fine. Jason Tatum won't be 100% till next year. And Jaylen Brown is actually dealing with Achilles issues right now. I don't know if it's like pain, strain, whatever it is, but who knows if he's going to even go full tilt. So yeah, I think the Pistons are in good shape to actually make the finals. And then that's where it gets real, because it's who do we see, OKC or San Antonio? And then I don't know, San Antonio kind of scary. Like we seen Wemby. We need Cade to come out shooting. He needs to be stretching the floor. He can't be trying to go and get to the cup like he usually does. It's gonna have to be more of a methodical game. He's gonna have to really like plan this game out, and they're gonna have to figure out something. Him and the coaching staff, the players, like getting that film room for real and scout against where Wemby likes to be on the floor, depending on wherever K goes, whatnot, and just make some types of plays up. Figure out if you need to get him on the strong side, the weak side. You need to have Durant start shooting something. Something's got to give. And we just got to have players step up. It can't just be Cade, or if Cade gets shut down, we just shut down. We just got done winning. We almost won 10 whole games. The 2 losses that we did have before the Magic was overtime losses. So we realistically could have won all 10 games. You know what I mean? So this team is legit. And I just think that we could go all the way, man. Like, and we could give OKC a run for their money. We could still get the Spurs a run for their money, but we have to figure Wemby out. He can't stop what we do. He can't stop our physicality just because he's long, bro. And yeah. You said it, Jensen. Bully ball. Like, get Durant to go down there, knock him around, probably give him a couple hard fouls. Because he's not like bulky like that. So you knock him around a little bit, maybe he'll chill out, or maybe he'll be, I'm not trying to injure the dude, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that, but we need to figure something out. And playoff basketball is much more physical, so we may have to very well do that, and I'm fine with that. Like, that's just what it is. We brought it back to the league anyway. The Pistons have been bringing back rivalries. The Pistons have been bringing back physicality to the league. So now you do have OKC and San Antonio playing defense like that. Now you do have Boston trying to play physical. Like, before that, the league was calling the calls the way they were, and nobody was playing like that until we actually set that tone. So tell people to put some respect on our name. Please tell them do that. And then the last thing I want to say, and I'm not even going to debate this, bro. To me, JB Bickerstaff Coach of the Year, man. Like, how do you go from having a 14-win team to a 44-win team that actually would have made more noise in the playoffs if Stewart didn't get hurt? And then now we are flirting with 60 wins. How does what more do we got to do? Like, already win the championship and then y'all give him the award at the end of the entire season in June, July? Like, nah, man. Like, JB Bickerstaff is Coach of the Year. And I know everybody's like Joe Mazzulla and stuff like that. Like, but like, bro, like Jaylen Brown been over there for a very long time. Like that team, as far as what they built around, they still have those pieces. They have Tatum, and they have Jason or Jaylen Brown. Now I'm getting their names mixed up. They got Jalen and Jason, man. So it's like, what you haven't really went outside of what your build was, what your makeup was the entire time. Like, you knew what you had to do. You guys wanted to save money. Just because the big media say, oh, it's a gap year, and people say it's a gap year, don't mean that you got to sit up here and go based off what they said. And not what the team said, like, oh yeah, we're just gonna whatever. And no, man, you still got a star over there. Like, honestly, if we keep it a buck, what the it's a lot of teams. Every team doesn't have like 2-3 superstars like that. Like, really, even Boston winning, they just had a lot of good veteran players, whatnot. But then they still had a lot of players that they were developing, and that's something that's overlooked. Like, shout out to all of the developmental coaches and whatnot, the scouts and everything. And because they don't get credit when it comes to the whole coach of the year debate. You know what I mean? It's just whoever you see, the main person that you see, they don't get credit. Like, we're not looking at Jared Jack and Luke Walton and everybody that's sitting on our bench. I hear she been working with Duran and stuff like that. Like, we're not giving credit to those people. We just are trying to put it on one face. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm going with Bickerstaff and his staff, bro, because to turn this team around the way that they did, most teams, if they had a 28 game losing streak, only 14 wins, the type of things that we were dealing with, injuries, K coming back from injury, Ivy getting injured, but we still were able to get through that and still win 44 games. Like, nah, man, nobody expected that. And we did it at that time without, we did have Malik Beasley, but we didn't have Duncan Robinson, Herter. Like, we had a different kind of build, and we're still trying to figure out what we were going to do. But we made noise and we got through that, bro. Like, going from 28 straight losses, bro, to the playoffs and making it where the league is on notice, the big media is on notice, the Knicks fans are on notice, everybody's on notice, everybody's respecting us. We started getting national TV games, all of that, man. Like, so yeah, I'm going with JB Bickerstaff all day. Yeah, Missoula could be a runner-up, but I'm going Bickerstaff because the East is stronger, but at the same time, it's much more parity as well. Like, because the Knicks are there. I mean, hell, the Raptors are there. The Hawks are here. Like, there are teams kind of doing the shuffle right now. So I'm giving it to JB Bickerstaff, bro. Whatever's going on in the West, whatever. Y'all got some juggernauts out there, but at least two of them. But I'm going with JB Bickerstaff, and that's just where I'm standing with that. So if y'all feel like y'all want to throw something in here for me to talk about, for us to talk about before I get up out of here, just go ahead, drop it in the comments. If you are not following, y'all see the logo behind me. It's Lead Pistons. On Twitter, it's Pistons Lead, at Pistons Lead, all one word. You can follow the podcast East Meets West on YouTube, and you can follow the account at EMW_pod. It's so much Pistons content there. You love WNBA, it's WNBA there. You love women's college ball, it's there. Of course, y'all see my name at the bottom. It's at OpinionatedMJ. That's on Twitter as well. Everything is everywhere. So you click on one thing, you'll be able to be connected to everything else. The website, opinionated.media, everything. So you could get to all of the content there. I'm always covering the Pistons games. I'm gonna cover a few more like for the rest of this season. I'm gonna try to get my boy in here too. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, watching. Share this with your people, and make sure y'all tap in with Collecting and Connecting. Shout out to the people, and we out of there.